Okay, so today we are going to be starting formulas, and of importance before we do anything is to understand what we call absolute and relative referencing. Because this concept, it helps us when we are writing our formulas so that we try to log ourselves and control how our formula behaves. So I have one sheet, lecture 6, I've shared with you. So what's happening here is we have two types, relative. So you understand that we have rows and columns. Okay, so suppose you are here, you want to calculate the total relative, and we want to drag our formula down, and we will just say to get the total, this is a table maybe for sales, would say the total price equals to, sorry, the total sales equals to price times what? Times quantity, which is the multiplication. So for relative is we drag, you can even double click here or drag the formula down, right? Maybe we format this as currency, maybe United States dollars. So you would see that we now have what? Our total. So the moment we write our formula here and drag down here, it's relative to the cell that we are at. So here it's pointing what? Cell C6 and D6. Same applies here, it's C9 and C10. So what relative does, you use it when you want the formula to adjust as you are copying your formula down or leftwards. So relative referencing is that simple, right? So for absolute reference, we use it when you want to log some cell that you don't want to change. For example, we want to calculate the total discount for these total sales, right? Using the 10% sale, which is in H4. So how we want to do it is, maybe this is the total sale and we want to calculate what? The discount. Would say time is what? This. And let's repeat what we did and see how it comes out, right? Here, 10% of 240 is 24. This is true. But when we drag the formula downwards, it's now referencing to what? To this, which means our H4 should be relative and it shouldn't change. So how we do it, we click function Fn and F4 to log H4, which is our percentage, because we don't want this to change. We want it to remain static. So then we drag down and it works perfect. So this is important to know about this, and it's important. And you can see that here, when we are logging, we have an H, which is the column, and a 4, which is the row. So column H, row 4, right? So when we are logging everything, you see a $sign that will appear before the column, before the row. So that's absolute referencing. We are logging both the row and the cell, and we drag it downward. Okay, so that's it, and let's try to implement it again, especially the absolute reference. It's a bit tricky, so let's do another example. Suppose we want to simulate to see the discount levels, maybe at 5%, at 10%, and at 15%. So what we are going to do here is we are going to say this price, right, time is what? Quantity. Sheila, you have a question?
We can't see your screen, sir.
You can't?
Yeah, it's not appearing at the moment.
Who else?
I can see it, sir. You said I can see it.
Okay.
On my end, I can also see it.
Because I'm using a second screen so I can see that my screen is visible.
All right, it's okay. Let me check my laptop.
Yeah, please check.
Okay.
So what you want to do is for the, if we write in the 5%, we wouldn't want to repeat the formula in 10% and 15. We want to just drag. So what we are going to do here is let's try this multiplied by this by what? By 5. Let's see. Let's drag down. Maybe let's drag here. So here it should pick the quantity times price times the percentage. Here it's correct. Let's go here. You see now it's now picking the quantity times the percentage at 5%, which is wrong. So what we have to do is we have to, this one, the quantity and the price have to be absolute. C we should lock and D we should lock. So I said to do it, you press your FN, which is on the bottom left of your keyboard, then you lock this as well because we don't want this to change, and multiplied by here on the price, on the percentage, we want to lock the row only. So we are going to press here. We should lock only the number because sorry, I don't think yes, we should lock the number so that it remains in row at 4, but this side it should change. So the moment we then drag it to this side, it should work perfectly. Then if we want to drag down, also it should work perfectly. What's happening here? Okay, so here we shouldn't lock the cell number, so we should lock only the letter, right? Because it should change as we are dragging our formula. Right. Thing is, this is now perfect. So you can do your simple maths. This 1000 by 1, that's 1000, times 5%, that's 50, times 10%, that's 100, by 15, that's 150. So let's see, let's audit our formula. You can see that it's referencing here and here. The cell is not changing. Here and here, here and here. So it works perfectly well. So you are able to play around with your formulas without writing a formula in each row and column. So you just need to drag either downwards or rightwards. Are there any questions there? Hello, guys.
No questions from my side.
It's clear.
It's clear.
Okay, that's fine. Melody.
Uh, I'm still trying to catch up, so I don't have any questions at the moment. It's
All right.
clear, but I think I have to redo it and practice it more.
All right,
So
that's
that
fine.
maybe.
This video is recorded as well, so you can follow through later.
Thank you.
All right, that's fine. So that's it on absolute and relative referencing. So you can use this guide, this table, to guide you when you are doing your formulas. So here, row and column are logged when there is a dollar sign beside the number and the letter. Right? This cell is constant. Mixed, column logged. Right? When copying horizontal, which means you have to log your column. Row only when copying vertically, so that these ones don't change to come down. Right? So that's it. Maybe at this time as well, allow me to introduce maybe some functions that you can have. The simple ones, the sum, average, mean, and max. Okay, let's insert some 2 rows here. Right? Average. Let's start with sum. Right? So when you want to find the total, you can just say sum. If you want to do it the traditional way, you would say here, this plus this plus this plus that plus that. And imagine you have maybe thousands and thousands of this. It takes time. So we have a formula which says sum, open bracket, you highlight your start and end what cells. Then you get this. And suppose you want to fill for all this, you just drag your formula rightwards and it fills all these cells, right? And suppose you want to find the average, you just say equals to average or mean, you say equals to avg, average, sorry, you highlight start and what, and end, then you close. So if you want to do it the traditional way, you would say sum of these divided by 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5, right? So you would say this is our sum over what, over 5. That would be your answer to do it the traditional way, but we have reserved formulas for that. Okay, so that's average. We have also mean, so equals to mean. So you type the equal sign or the plus sign, you highlight this so that you get the minimum. And those who were in the first one, we did some data analysis where we said you can do descriptive. So you can have what, your minimum. So this will be the minimum price, minimum quantity, minimum total, minimum discount, right? And as well, like the mean, we can do the max as well. So you say equals to max, you highlight the start what and the end. And by mere looking, you can see that maximum is 1000 and minimum is 50. And here maximum is $10. Here it's 1500. etc. So these are some of the calculations that you can do, the basic ones. We are going to do the complicated ones where they will be involving some conditional statements, where we can do calculations conditionally. So that's it on absolute referencing and introduction to basic calculations. So